Hey everybody, it's Christy with Moon Rain Chats with Christy, and I have a really fun episode for you today with one of my favorite, I would say an international man of mystery, but I'd say the Western world man of mystery. I'm talking to Trey Bell today, he was the very first person that I got to meet when I decided to start doing these shows for the NCHA and their exhibit halls, and his booth is really hard for me to leave and really hard for me not to spend money in. So hopefully sit back, enjoy, and you're going to get some good stories today. Well, I know I called him the international man of mystery. I don't know if you're really international, you're more national. This is Trey Bell.
Both.
You're both.
You bet.
Both.
Heck yeah, why not?
So Trey, you're a rancher.
Yes.
You're a custom jeweler.
Yes.
You are a collector of all things Western memorabilia.
Yes.
And art.
Yes.
What else do you do?
Well, that's a pretty full
Is that
plate
enough?
right there. Yeah, that's a pretty full plate as it is. But I do all those things, and
Well, and you do them well.
and I enjoy them. I
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
So you were the first person that I met here in the NCHA Futurity exhibit hall, and you can hear that the announcer is going. We've got a show going right now, so just bear with us. But you were the one that was still here at the night hours when everything was closing, and I came in and said, I really want to do the show. I feel like it's my demographic. And you're like, well, give it a try. What do you got to lose?
Right.
So here we are.
Now you know.
Now I know. Now I know. And if I ever need a laugh or a funny conversation, this is the man to talk to right here.
Well, thank you.
I love your stories too.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
we're surrounded by, tell me what we're surrounded by. I mean,
Well,
classic bits.
We sell collectible spurs and contemporary spurs and bits and so on and so forth. I love Navajo blankets and rugs, and so I always have a good selection of them available. I try to have unique pieces. I try to have unique artwork that people can decorate with, and I've helped quite a few people decorate their homes with some of my pieces.
Well, I know you've worked with some famous people too.
Yes.
Who would, can you share a little bit of that?
Oh gosh, you know that the list is pretty long, but here recently I've been fortunate enough to help Joey Gingoli and Yolanda Hadid decorate some of their house, Joey's office primarily. I've done a couple of rings for Yolanda's daughter, the beautiful and wonderful Bella Hadid.
Yeah, Hadid, yeah.
Yeah, and she's one of the most darling people I've ever met.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoy
I've just seen her around in all her beauty.
Yeah, I just enjoy having her as a friend. She's a wonderful, wonderful
That's
young
awesome.
lady. Yeah.
Well, you helped me too.
Yep.
So I'm not famous, but I had a ring that was my mother and my grandmother's diamonds, and it was special to me, and my son just got married. And Trey made it into a beautiful pendant for a necklace for her to wear at the wedding, and it's a prized possession in our family. So thank
Well,
you.
I'm glad you like it.
Beautiful job. Beautiful
Thank
job.
You. Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
but you also, didn't you tell me that sometimes you've been a supplier for maybe a picker for people like Ralph Lauren? And
Yeah, I've sold some pieces too. Ralph had a buyer that would come to a lot of the Old West shows that I do and work and set up at. And for those Western stores that Ralph Lauren had, this guy would come in and buy pieces to put into those stores.
just basically set design for the shops.
Yeah, they'd buy jewelry, they'd buy rugs, I mean a variety of things, for old hats and stuff for those Ralph Lauren stores that carried that type
Yeah.
of thing.
So if I could describe my favorite design style, I would be a mix of Ralph Lauren and Carol Hicks Bolton. And do you know Carol?
Yes.
She's been around a long time. Her style has changed a lot.
Yep.
She's kind of left me behind with that one.
Right.
But the way she used to do things was just a wonderful, wonderful combination.
Yeah, it fit.
And the Americana.
That's what I like. I like the Americana and the Old West. I'm on the board of directors for the National Bit and Spur and Saddle
Are you
Collectors
really?
Association.
See, something else I didn't know.
Yeah, and it's a great association. It's not a real big association, but it's a good one. And it's the association is both to help collectors and people that just enjoy and like this type of thing. And it's also to try to help promote the old West and the West and the Western way of life.
Right,
Yeah.
and kind of keep that
Yeah.
fire burning and that
Yeah.
lifestyle.
We furnish scholarships for young people who are interested in learning a trade.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, in making bits and spurs or engraving custom jewelry or whatever. So yeah.
So don't we now have a kind of a neat crew of custom makers that are kind of out and around? Like my first big spur splurge, say that fast 3 times,
Yeah.
was Carrie Kelly.
Sure.
And those are still hanging on the wall. I mean, I haven't shown in a long time, but I love my spurs.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are a lot of makers now. There's probably as many or more bit and spur makers now than there ever has been in the history of the
That's
world,
good.
because you don't have to be a blacksmith now
Okay.
to make them.
Okay.
You need to know how to weld and need to know how to solder and engrave.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So that means the spurs now are made from different materials than they used to
Not
be.
different materials necessarily, they're just not made the same way. Back in the old days, a guy like this guy here that made these spurs, this is Milt McGowan, okay? He's dead now. But this is a one-piece spur. It's forged out of a single piece of steel. And what these guys that made these spurs like this did was they would heat a piece of bar stock up, and then they would split it with a chisel, okay? And then they'd form the heel band, and then they'd form the shank. But there's not a weld on this spur anywhere. And
No, there's not.
It's hard to tell, but you can't tell on some of the others that are welded either. But they don't do it that way. Now they can make or buy components to manufacture a pair of spurs. They can buy the hangers, they can buy the staples, they can buy the heel bands and different shanks and different rowels that are already cut out and where to go. Whereas before, these guys had to hand make every single piece.
Wow, okay. I just learned something.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope Steve's not feeling left out right now.
Well, I think Steve's okay. Yeah,
I guess
I gave him a good price
You
for
did.
those.
Steve sold you a good set of spurs. So, okay, the same thing goes for the bits then too. There's
Yes.
bit makers out there now. There's,
Yes, absolutely. Same thing exactly. But there's a lot of really good makers. They make fine products. Their engraving styles and their silver work is just magnificent. A friend of mine, Wilson Capron, he makes some of the prettiest bits and spurs that you've ever seen. They're silver inlaid, gold inlaid, engraved. They're just magnificent. They're works of art, and they bring what a work of art should bring money-wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are those the kind of things that when someone like that makes them for you, do you put them in a case?
Nah,
Do you
a lot
use
of
them?
people use them. A lot of people put them in a case because, like I say, they're not just a using spur or using bit. Although, I'll be honest with you, most of the people that make these love it whenever their pieces are used.
Yeah,
They want them to be used and appreciated whenever they're using them on a horse.
that's great. The intended
Yeah.
purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and I would think it's the same thing too for, I don't know, shaps and all the other things that go with the Western lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure.
One of my favorite things to decorate with is used pieces,
Yep.
and
yeah.
especially if they have a story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that in the collecting world is really important. The story. If a piece has provenance, and it's something extra special, and you can find out where it came from, how long it's been around, when it was made, when they got it, and so on and so forth. It adds a lot to the collectability of it, and it also adds a lot to the value of it. Yeah.
So that's a good tip for people that are trying to get into collecting.
Sure.
What they look
Absolutely,
for.
yeah.
You and I have talked about this. I have a friend named Clint Haverty that's a reining trainer,
Yep.
and Clint is very much into a lot of the rawhide pieces.
Great rawhide braider.
It's funny to see their hands, the guys that
Oh,
do
yeah.
this work. Not funny, but it's,
Yeah, they're rough and
Yeah,
their
they look like the
their-
rawhide.
Their knuckles look like knots. Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Well, Clint made a quirt that I splurged on one year when I was still showing. I've probably had that 10 or 15 years now.
Right.
So I feel like I've gotten one thing so that fits the category, the provenance.
Mm-hmm.
I know when it was made.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the maker.
Right.
And what I probably need to do is get a picture of me and Clint together with
Sure.
it,
Yeah.
just to add to the value of it.
And get a signed piece of paper from him saying that he made it.
There you go.
And sold it to you or
There you
gave it
go.
to you or whatever. Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are good tips.
All
I
those
mean-
are real good tips. That a piece of paper that's genuine goes a long ways in collecting. It really does.
Yeah. So, what are your
Yeah.
favorite shows to do?
Well, I've been doing these cuttings for years. I do all three of the limited age events here in Fort Worth. And then we kind of start off going to Old West shows and what people offhandedly call bit and spur shows, but they're really Western collectible shows is more than anything else, antique Western collectible shows. And I start off in January, and we're doing a new show this year in Casa Grande, and then from there we'll go to Prescott, and from there we used to go to Mesa. Mesa's now moved to Las Vegas, and
Oh, fun.
so we go to Las Vegas,
That's
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
And then in February there's a show that the Randy and Brenda Butters put on in Amarillo in February, and then there's another show in March.
Do you do Cheyenne? Did I tell you?
No, I don't go to Cheyenne. I've been to Cheyenne, but I don't go to the show there. We go to Durant, Oklahoma. We go to another show in Oklahoma, and it just goes on. And we're here in the spring, and then we're here again in the summer. Then we're here at this show in the winter. But
So, do you basically just pack up your trailer and leave it packed up and park it in the barn?
no, the only time I take a trailer is whenever I come to the cuttings
Okay.
because I set up a much larger booth.
Okay.
The other shows are just usually
A table.
2 to 4 days. So
Okay.
you'll have 2 tables, 3 tables, and you'll take specific items
Okay.
to try to sell at those shows.
Okay. So, what got you into this kind of collectible?
Well, I was just interested in it, and I used it. I was raised on a ranch basically, and so I had some familiarity with it. But it wasn't until I got more involved with competing and
What did you
roping.
compete? You rope?
I roped, yeah, and
You have all your fingers?
still got them, yeah, luckily.
Yeah.
But and I enjoyed that and enjoyed learning how to use different bits and primarily bits to start with because it's really interesting to learn how a certain mouthpiece
Right.
works in a horse, the shank lengths,
Right.
the purchase length, and
Right.
so on and so forth. And it just kind of got me interested in it. And then pretty soon my interest had grown to a collection.
Uh-huh.
And then I had too many to display
Yeah.
anywhere. So I thought, well, maybe I ought to get rid of some, And so anyway, it's just everything just kind of snowballs
It just keeps
into
going.
something you have to
Yeah.
do almost.
And so you and your wife are in this business together.
Yep, my wife's a silversmith and a really good one. She has a company called Bunkhouse Designs Jewelry,
Ugh.
and she has a studio there at the ranch that she works out of, and she makes magnificent sterling silver and turquoise
And
jewelry.
the pieces you have of hers here are just absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you, thank you. I'm real proud of her work. She does a magnificent job. She's very conscientious, and she's also done work for movie stars and
Yeah.
singers and famous people and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, her work's really good.
So is she the reason you got into fine jewelry, maybe?
No, no, no. I was doing it long before I ever met her.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's just a perfect combination.
yeah. She wanted me to teach her some of the things that I knew, but all that led to was fighting. So I sent her off to school. But she's a great silversmith. She does really good work, and she's admired by a lot of other silversmiths.
Yeah, her work is gorgeous.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite places to just wander around. I joke and say, one day when I'm rich and famous, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be able to afford to collect because this is the kind of stuff that I would buy for me for my
Yeah,
house.
it's fun to decorate with, if you have a Western style home and enjoy this type of thing. I love the Navajo rugs. I just find them fascinating,
Yeah.
the
And you know all
colors
the
and the
stories
designs.
and
I know some, yeah.
and you know some of the artists too, don't
I
you?
do. I sure do. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's it's an interesting line of work, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, but I do still enjoy it.
Have you ever written your memoir?
No,
You should.
well, that's what I hear.
Even if you know,
It'd be hard to get somebody to print it.
well, you walk into a show like this and you see Trey back there on this little notepad that's about this big, and it's like Trey, come on, man. So I think we're gonna get you a recorder or something. I think you just need to just digitally record yourself and tell
Well,
your stories.
thank you very much. Well, it's been fun to do this, and like I say, I've enjoyed it a lot. It's fun to collect. It's fun to find. The hunt is something that is really a lot of fun. To go to a show, to go somewhere, to walk in a place and find a real pretty rug or find a pair of spurs or something
Is
like
it like
that.
an aha moment? Like, oh my
Well,
goodness.
it's more like you just act like you didn't see anything. You know, you got to be chill. Yeah,
Oh, that's not worth anything.
yeah. Yeah. But no, it's still fun to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the hunt.
Well, I enjoy you so much, and you've always been so kind to me at the
Well,
shows,
thank
and
you.
I appreciate you
Thank
making
you.
me a part of the family.
Oh, you bet. You
And thank
bet.
you for your time
I
today.
always try to help everybody out. It
He really does.
seems to go a long ways. It doesn't
Yeah.
cost anything to smile or be
And it
helpful.
takes a village.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It really
Well,
does.
I hope you have a fabulous show.
Well, thank you for letting me tell you a couple of stories.
Good.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, thank y'all.
Thanks.
Come see us here at the NCHA Futurity.
That's right.